Yo, what is going on, everybody? Today I wanted to show off this insane Hailey build for Void Purges. Before I get into the build, I wanted to say that this was founded by Rare Dog. I will have his video in the description down below. For my English viewers, just letting you know, this video is in Japanese, so if you don't speak Japanese. So for the survivability mods, we're going to be running increased defense, HP amplification, increased HP, and then heat release. So with heat release, depending on what floor you are doing, you are going to want to interchange them with the corresponding element that the enemy is going to be dishing out. For wave 30, you are going to want heat release. We are also going to be running cooldown mods, being NP conversion and nimble fingers. This is just going to allow us to spam our first ability so that we can get the 50% additional damage to the enemies. And then for cooldown mods, we're going to be running maximize conservation and strong mentality. This is just that we keep our uptime for cold fury, allowing us to get the critical hit rate and firearm penetration. And then for our damage mods, we're going to be running Watertight Rope. So with Watertight Rope, what this does is whenever you're at 50% or lower, you're going to get an increase of 30% firearm attack. And then we're going to be running Shot Focus, allowing us to get an additional 15% firearm attack. Now the weapon we're going to be using with Hailey is going to be the Albion Cavalry gun. The reason why we're going to be using the Albion Cavalry gun is because of the two passives that are going to come with this weapon. The first one being Mark. Whenever you mark an enemy, you're going to get increase of critical hit rate. And then for the second passive, Horseshoe, each critical hit ricochets to nearby enemies with the highest remaining HP ratio. This is going to actually stun the enemy and keep them in place. They're going to be in a daze. They're not going to shoot you, so this is going to be really useful on surviving on these floors. And then for the core augmentation, we're going to want to go for a Firearm Atk, 2 chill attacks, firearm critical hit damage, and fire rate. Try to get these as high as possible to get the fastest clear speed. So this is the build we're going to be using for the weapon. For our firearm attack, we're going to be using rifling reinforcement and action and reaction. For our critical mods, we're going to be running better concentration, better insight, concentration priority, and then for increased fire rates, we are going to be running fire rate up and sharp precision shot. So with sharp precision shot, when you hold down the trigger, you're going to get an increase of 4% fire rate. This will stack up to 10 times, increasing your fire rate to 40%, and then also increasing your firearm attack with each shot, and this will go up to 60%, and this triggers every 0.5 seconds. And then for our increase for rounds per magazine, we're going to be running expand weapon charge and concentrated support ammo. This is also going to give you firearm critical hit damage. And then for the element, we're going to be running chill enhancement. The enemies on floor 30 are weak to chill. You could switch this out depending on the floor you're doing, so you just want to check to see what status they're weak to, and then you could swap it out. So for our Inversion Reinforcement perks, we're going to be running chill focus rounds to increase our chill attack by 4.8%. This is going to stack up to 5 times. And then we're going to be also running selective neural stimulation, which is going to give us a chance of getting our MP back every 45 seconds. And then we're going to be running antibody explosion. Pretty much this is going to allow us to increase our attribute resistances whenever we hit an enemy. And then for the reactor, it really doesn't matter what you use as long as it has skill cost and skill cooldown at gold, preferably. This is just going to help maintain your MP and then be able to spam your first ability over and over. And then for the external components, we are going to be running the Polar Night set. The reason why we're going to run this set is because of Frostbite. Whenever you hit an enemy with Frostbite, you're going to get an increase of 1.7% of firearm critical hit damage, and this will stack up to 10 times. And if you feel like you're running out of ammo during the boss fight, you can run this setup right here. This is just going to allow you to pick up special ammo, and it's going to convert into general rounds. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. That is going to be the build for Hailey for floor 30. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.